Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो हमारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you even zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy. Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We decide to see what we want to see in this world. We don't see what is. We decide to see. Some of us see this world is terrible, horrible. Some of us see this world is beautiful. World is the same. Therefore, we have to correct our vision. For the devotee of the Lord, everywhere he is able to see the divine presence. Like Yada Dityagatam Tejaha Jagat Bhasayate Khilam Yachandramasi Yachagno Tat Tejo Vidhimamakam Gama Vishyacha Bhutani Dharayamya Mojasa. I enter the earth and by my Ojas Shakti I sustain the vegetation. So everywhere he is. Oh, he is outside, far away in the sun, in the moon, then in the fire, in the earth. What is the use for us? No, he is inside also. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Ashritaha. I am the digesting power in every one of us. And what you do there, O Lord? Pachami Annam Chaturvidham. I digest 4 types of foods. Bhagwan knew there are 4 types of foods. Vegetarian, non-vegetarian, only fruits like the monkeys, and the vegan. All 4 types of foods are digested by me. Technically, it is said the charvya means which is beaten. Second is shoshya, which we suck. Like the kids take the food from their bottle. Third is the layya. Like the Ayurvedic people give you something to. And fourth one is the dry one, which is eaten. So all the types of foods are digested by the Lord. Now, if we are thinking of Him in our stomach, you know His trouble, He told me. People go on eating. There is no end to it. And poor fellow with a big kadai, he is cooking there continuously. He is tired. And then it stops. Thank God it stopped. Then 1 kilogram of ice cream comes again. Control, man, control. Santa Ganeshwara tells, if you control one organ, you have achieved greatest in your life. Then one organ is tongue. Two in one. When it is used for talking, it is called jivva. When used for tasting, it is called rasana. In English, there are no two words. See? So our tongue is simultaneously karmendriya and jnanendriya. When it is tasting, it is jnanendriya, organ of perception. When it is talking, it is organ of action, because speech is action. Now these two things are to be controlled. But how to do that? Go to our happy mantra. Dekho, sense organs. Suno, sense organs. Mat bolo, organ of action. Two things if we control, we have done a great favor to ourselves. Therefore, all these things which are told, they are meant for bringing our attention to ourselves. Okay. So Bhagavan has started his journey from the sun, moon, fire, earth, food and digesting power. So is Bhagavan only P2 or what? Now he says, Gama Vishya Bhutani Dharayamya Mojasa Pushnami Chaushadi Sarva Somo Bhutva Rasatmakaha, and then Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamajata. After having thus this, now comes the real essence of the 15th chapter. In the 15th verse, please repeat after me. Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishto. We can have one more breakfast after the thing, okay? Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishto. Matta smritir jnanam apohanancha. Vedaisha sarvairahameva vedyo. Vedanta krut veda videva chaham. Now this is the most wonderful shloka, and it is the essence of all the knowledge. The one verse. 15th chapter, 15th verse. Bhagavan says, Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishtaha. Many times when they study Gita, they become unnecessarily serious. So somewhere I was talking on this chapter, and in a light mood, I told, see, Bhagavan says, Sarvasya chaham. Chaham is tea. Whenever you take a cup of tea, I am there. So, after my talk was over, there was one Gambhirananda. He came, Swamiji, during Bhagavan Krishna's time, where there was tea? I said, you were there. He said, no, I was not there. I said, I was there. Then I asked him, do you know how many wives Bhagavan Krishna had? 16,108. 16,100 wives were from Assam. Pragjotishpur is Assam, Guwahati. He whose so many wives are from Assam, can he be spared from taking tea? He must be even taking bath in tea. Sarvasya cha aham hridhi sannivishtaha. Sarvasya, of everything and being. I am the very heart of everything and being. See, friends, when the heart fails, everything is over. So, sarvasya cha aham hridhi sannivishtaha. And what you do there? Because in the sun you are expressing as light, in the moon as cool light, in the fire as heat, in the earth as the vegetation, in the stomach as the digestion power, in the heart what you do? Bhagavan says, Mattaha, Because of me, 4 things happen. Smriti, dreams. Jnanam, waking. Apohanam, deep sleep. And Chakarat, samadhi. I support waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. So what do you want to say? Therefore, Sarvaihi Vedaihi, all the scriptures, all the Vedas, they declare Aham Eva Vedyaha. What is worthy of knowing in this world is, what is the meaning of Aham? I am old. Here I means the age of the body. I am a man. Here I means the gender of the body. I am rich. Here I means the wealth associated with me. I am a husband means I am associated with some problem. How many eyes are there? Are we one or we are a poultry farm inside? See, friends. So who is this I? There was one man, he approached Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi and he said, Bhagwan, I heard that you are realized, so I want to know what is realization. Bhagwan said, who are you? I am Australian. I didn't ask your nationality. Who are you? I am a Catholic. I didn't ask your religion. I am a professor by profession. I didn't ask your profession. I am married. I didn't ask your marital status. Who are you? Can we talk without reference to anything? Therefore, Mauna Vyakhya Prakatita Parabrahma Tattvam Yuvanam Varshishthante Vasadrushiganahi Avrutam Brahmarundaihi Acharendram Karakalita Chin Mudram Anandarupam Swatmaramam Mudita Vadanam Dakshina Murti Mide. The truth is revealed in the eloquence of silence. Mauna Vyakhya. And how it is indicated? Chin Mudram Anandarupam. Chin Mudra. This is Chin Mudra. It's not talking. Only Mudra. Mudra means that which gives you happiness. So those who are snuff addicts, it is this Mudra. See, friends, here is the complete message of spiritual practice. World is called as prapancha, is it not? Do you know how this world has come? Word, W-O-R-D. How this word has come? Prapancha. Everything is 5, 5, 5, 5. Elements are 5. Tanmatras are 5. Organs of action are 5. Organs of perception are 5. There are Pancha Pranas. There are Pancha Upa Pranas. So it is an expansion of 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Prapancha. There are Pancha Koshas. Annamay, Pranamay, Manomay, Vijnanamay, Anandamay, Pancha Koshas. This is indicated by this Chin Mudra. The small finger is Annamaya Kosh, the gross body. According to our Indian Gujaratis in India, it is called as gross body. Then this ring finger, where you put the ring after marriage, this is Pranamaya Kosha. After you get married, then your prana starts vibrating. Pranamaya. Then this middle finger, the tallest one, is the Manomaya Kosha. We all are suffering because of this mind. And the question comes, whose body, whose prana, whose mind? Of course, mine. So, the Vijnanamaya Kosha is this. Now be attentive. This I is in contact with the mind and gets identified. And if there is joy in the mind, I am happy. If there is a misery in the mind, I am miserable. Because of the conditioning. Then this I gets through the mind identified with the pranamaya kosha. Then the quality of the prana is the hunger and thirst. So if there is hunger, then I am hungry, I am thirsty. Then the same I gets identified through the mind with the body. So if the body is old, I am old. The body is fat, I am fat. And thus this I, Vijnanamaya Kosha, gets identified with these three, and the equation of life is disturbed. This Anandamaya Kosha is left alone. What is the spiritual practice? Separate this I from the three and surrender it at the feet of the happiness. This is the spiritual practice. Now, majority law, I goes with the majority. And majority is always of fools. In democracy, rule of majority. Therefore, in democracy, fools rule the wise. This is all the spiritual practice. So Bhagavan says, Sarvasya chaham hridi sannimishtaha mattaha. Because of me, when identified with the gross body, I become the waker. When identified with the subtle body, I become the dreamer. When identified with the absence of the two, I become the deep sleeper. When identified with the absence of all the three, at peace with myself, I am supporting the samadhi. All of them come and go. Neither I come nor I go. Sarvaihi Vedaihi, this aham eva vedya. Do you know who was the 9th president of America? No, doesn't matter. Do you know what was the weight of Mahatma Gandhi when he was shot dead? I don't know. Doesn't matter. But what matters is, do you know who you are? See? All the problems are because of this wrong identity. And when you dive deep in yourself, you will distinctly, clearly understand whenever we are miserable, at the root of every misery, or whenever we are happy, at the root of every happiness, there is a seed. And that seed is Mr. Somebody. In deep sleep, there is nobody. Upanishad says, Tatra mata amata bhavati, Tatra pita apita bhavati. In deep sleep, the mother is not a mother, the father is not a father, the husband is not a husband, the wife is not a wife. That husband who does not even look courageously at his own wife, when they are sleeping, where from the courage comes in him? He snores loudly. Where from it comes? I am not your wife. See, friends, recognize this. Instead of complaining about somebody or the other, find out who is complaining. You will see the complaint master is somebody. Then you inquire. Is that somebody real? But what happens? Like, the eczema itch, those who have, they know that. I saw in one place, one person was having eczema on his top. Very big officer. I happened to go there. So he was talking, and his hand was here. And he was talking to me. And then the phone came. Phone was on the right side. He kept on talking. He said, Swamiji, excuse me. He left it and put it and into it. I thought there is a switch or what? Constantly scratching. In the same manner, we keep on. The eczema of the mind is worry, frustration, anger. And friends, eczema cannot be cured. Therefore, those who are following medicine, they should try these disciplines. Number one, dermatologist. No emergency, no patient is cured, no insurance problem, but you get sufficient money. See? But they become heart specialists and all the time in tension. In Australia, I was staying with a medical family, husband, wife, daughters, all of them doctors. We went for some nice outing. So I saw one beautiful house somewhere. I said, hey, this house must be like one of you doctors. No, Swamiji. In Australia, it is the other way around. What? The richest person in Australia are plumbers. Second are the mistris. Third are the carpenters. Doctors are at the end. Why so? He said, we spend 14, 20 years. All the time tension. The plumbers, they get, if they get a call, whether they do the work or not, money is deposited in their account. And we suffer unnecessarily. Therefore, don't become a doctor, become a plumber. And many our Indians have now started doing this thing. So, for becoming a plumber, you don't have to be educated. 10th standard pass, enough, go. And tuck, 10,000, 5,000, 2,000. Wasting time. Why? Relax. Sarvasya cham hridi sannivishta. This one, who is playing the role of a waker in the waking, playing the role of a dreamer in the dream, playing the role of a deep sleeper in the deep sleep, playing the role of a meditator in meditation, and yet beyond all of them. Now I'll ask you a question. Think about it. Who goes to sleep? Another question. When we say, I had good sleep, but in between I had bad dreams, who makes this statement? The waker cannot make this statement. I had good sleep, because he was not there. Waker cannot make this statement. I had bad dreams, because he was not in the dream. Waker cannot make these statements, and yet we make. So find out who makes this. See, the one who is playing the role of a waker, but not becoming a waker, can make this statement. The one who is playing the role of a dreamer without becoming a dreamer makes this statement. The one who is supporting the deep sleep without going to sleep can make this statement. This is what is mentioned here. Mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha. See, my friends. Then who goes to sleep? I go to sleep. How I go to sleep? I withdraw myself from everywhere, come to my house, throw everything out, go to my room, inside the bed, below the quilt, and then what we have done? Rejected everything, everything, everything. And the last thing that we reject is the one who wanted to sleep, he is rejected. I want to sleep, I want to sleep. Till such time, I is there, sleep hasn't begun. When this I also drop, then sleep without a sleeper. Waking experience without a waker. Dream experience without a dreamer. Joy without an enjoyer. Miseries without a miserable. Experience without an experiencer is the truth. See, friends, miseries we can attribute to something or somebody. Miseries are because of the husband, wife, children, in-laws, outlaws. Agreed. Miseries can be attributed to something else. But we are all miserable by choice. See? Now these days things have changed throughout the world. Earlier when you used to go, they used to give the immigration form. And all dumb questions. And you have to reply them yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. When we entered this world, we were given an immigration form by the Lord. And on that there was only one question. First it is said, welcome to this most miserable and pain-ridden world. Anityam asukham lokam imam prapya. You are entering the most miserable, temporary world. Question is asked. Do you want to become miserable? Options are given. Yes and no. Those who tick mark yes, Bhagwan says tathastu. Friends, every one of us is miserable because of our choice. Refuse to be miserable. Make the miseries miserable. See, friends. Then we understand. Vedaisya sarvai ahameva vedya. Friends, eyes can see everything, they cannot see themselves. Be attentive. Mind can think about everything in this world. Mind cannot think about itself. So instead of complaining, find out who is disturbed, who is miserable. You start your real spiritual practice when this inquiry is kindled. Friends. Now for this, we have to go through 3 stages. In one of the International Yoga Conference, they asked me to speak for 3 talks. In 2 days, 3 talks. So many people were there, presenting all scientific papers, and this doctor, that doctor, and I am the Babaji there, illiterate. So, they asked me, Swamiji, what are you going to talk? I said, I don't know, IDK. But then how can we announce? I said, don't announce. You simply say, Swamiji is talking. But we have to give some topic. So I said, okay, make it Akash Yoga. Akash Yoga? We have never heard. I said, it is original. What is Akash Yoga? I said, if I tell you, then what will I talk? So we started the talk. And they introduced. Now Swamiji has come, he will be talking on Akash Yoga. Now all the yogis with so many books and everything looking at each other. This Akash Yoga we have not seen in any book. They are only bookish. I say, look here. Akasha Yoga is a technical term. There are three types of spaces. Akash. One is called this, is called Bhutakash. Gross space. Bhutakash. Second is called as the Chittakash. Is called as the mind space. And third is called as the Chidakash, called as the conscious space. So we will talk about these three spaces. We have not heard anywhere, now here. Then do your sadhana with one by one support. First is the Bhutakash, the gross space spiritual practice. Now what is gross space spiritual practice? Start playing like the children play home. In the same manner, play meditation. Don't do meditation for God's sake. When you do meditation, you become a meditator. But when you are playing, you are not becoming anybody. Don't become anybody. So we start playing. Meditation. What it is like being the gross space. Now you are playing. What it is like being gross space. Start working. And the working is not physically, by contemplation. Then we come to know gross space supports everything, doesn't get influenced by anything, doesn't reject anything, doesn't comment on anything, supports, everything comes and goes, nothing happens to space. Yes, and this is our meditation. So, let the things be around as they are in our waking experience. No comment, no rejection, no acceptance, no destruction. Protect yourself from yourself. How? This world has always been like this. There is nothing new in this world. Many people have that funny notion. Oh God, the world is so horrible. What is going to happen to this world? One person asked me this question. Swamiji, will the world be worse than this? I said, no, it is best today. No, it cannot be. It is such a horrible world. I said, now think. My all problems are solved by proper inquiry. No other thing is required. Then I said, earlier you were there? No, I was not there. Very good. Later you will be there? No, I won't be there. I am here only for some time. Very good. Earlier the world was bad? I don't think. Later the world will be bad? It can't be worse than today. Very good. That time you were there? No, I was not there. Now the world is bad because you are there. You are the source. See, friends, during the Hitler's time, so millions of people were suffocated and killed. Today, these terrorists are killing here and there. How many are there? 1 in a million. But because we are this time, we feel it is horrible. This world has always been like this. In Treta Yuga, Sitaji was abducted. In Dwapar Yuga, Draupadi was stripped. What is new in this world? In Treta Yuga, in Satya Yuga, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha Rakshasas. Then in Treta Yuga, this Ravan Kumbhakarna. In your Dwapar Yuga, Kamsa, Duryodhan, Dushasan. In Kali Yuga, we are all there. What is new? Don't worry about the world. Vedaisya sarvai ahameva vedya. Focus attention on yourself. When you thus start your Akasha Yoga, you will live in this world, but you have no comments to offer about anything. ये ऐसा ही होता है. You know where from the world begins? World begins from the word why. Try to delete these two words from your vocabulary. One is why and second is how. On this you will ask a question, but why? And then how? Our whole life is whiling away the life by howling at the life. Why? Sky is too high. ऐसे ही होता है. There is no why. See? One wife, elderly wife, she told me, Swami, see, my husband, he insults me before anybody, in front of you also, he told me, Beokoof, wo le aa. I feel so hurt. He calls me Beokoof, means a fool. I said, Mama, what he says is right. You also say? I said, yes. Unless you are a fool, you will not marry him. Now it is okay. Friends, stop blaming the world. Accept the world as it is. You have conquered the gross space. See? Whenever we accept, we don't struggle. Don't we accept sunrise, sunset? We accept. It is a choice. Therefore, lesser the choice you give to yourself, happier you are. Zero choice, 100% happiness. See? Zero choice, zero complaints. No complaints. This is the first step to come to Vedaisya Sarvai Ahameva Vidya. So when we are living in the waking experience, don't get too much involved with anything or anybody. This world has always been like this. Don't waste your time in this. Then we come to the second stage, the dream world. So like the gross space has the gross world, be attentive. Similarly, the mind space, Chittakasha, has the thought world. Like the gross world doesn't influence the gross space, in the same manner, the thought world doesn't influence the mind space. So many good thoughts, bad thoughts have come and gone. Mind is the same. You cannot pollute the mind. See? In this hall, if there is in some corner a dead rat rotting, the whole hall will have dirty smell. But in the total space, even the whole world is rotting, nothing happens. In the same manner, when our mind is in this small little, me, my wife, my children, only dirty smell will come. Break this barrier and merge in the infinite. And how do we do that? Drop becoming anybody. Miseries come, yes, go through the miseries. They will go. Nothing is permanent in this world, including miseries. By this, we will conquer the mind space. So conquering the gross space, worldly things and beings have no impact on us. Conquering the mind space, we are not frustrated, disturbed because of our own mind. Then we come to the conscious space, Chidakash. Chidakasha is solid space, where there is nobody. Gold is a solid space for all the ornaments. All the present ornaments, all the past ornaments, and the future ornaments, they are contained in the gold, either unmanifest or manifest. They don't come from outside. In the same manner, all these personalities, waker, dreamer, deep sleeper, enjoyer, miserable, all of them are dormant, unmanifest, they become manifest. But because of that, nothing happens to me, the pure conscious space. Therefore, this three-layer spiritual practice, with reference to the gross body, worldly things should not be an issue in our life. Except, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, चलता है. Then, at the level of the mind, let us not be obsessed with anything. And at the level of the Chidakasha, let us not become anybody for the whole life. Only Karnataka. How to do the Nataka? Wherever you are, whenever you are, or whatever you are, be 100%. You have reached Vedaisya Sarvai Ahameva Vidya. This is real me. Vedanta Krut. And this knowledge is not coming from outside. It's from within. See? So I am the knower, I am the known. Where the known and the knower merge. That is the bliss. Vedaisya Sarvai Ahameva Vidya. Vedanta Krut. Vedavit Aham. This is the real meaning of Aham. And therefore, this 15th mantra, Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivishtaha Mattaha Smriti Jnanam Apohanancha Vedaisya Sarvai Ahameva Vedyaha Vedanta Krut Veda Videva Chaham. Now, normally what we will understand, okay, I am so and so. So, with reference to the conditioning, we can express ourselves. So, I am man, I am woman, I am young, I am old, I am rich, I am poor. All our expressions are conditioned expressions. They are not absolute expressions. What is this absolute I? Conditioned I is the soul, the jiva. Unconditioned I is the absolute. And both of them are indicated by the word aham. Aham means what? Means not. Ham means hananan, destroyed. I, the supreme reality, the Satyam Jnanam Anandam Brahma, cannot be destroyed. Eternal. I, the Jiva, also cannot be destroyed. See, friends, illusions cannot be destroyed. See? When a boy and a girl, they opt for a divorce. So when the divorce happens, is the wife destroyed? Is the husband destroyed? No. They never existed. But those imaginary things, they have taken real and therefore they suffer. Therefore, friends, this principle should be clear. We have no choice, but we will be identified with the body. We have no choice. All the modifications of the body will give us pain, everything. But do we take them as real or not? That is our choice. Take this example, looking into the mirror, ourselves and a dog. What is the difference? Both of us cannot stop. Reflection will happen. Dog takes it right as the real and suffers. We don't take it real and enjoy. Wise people live in this world, and otherwise people also live in this world. Wise people live and happily. And otherwise people, they are happily miserable. Friends, come out of this wrong notion of I. Vedesha sarvai ahameva vedyaha. Now to find out, here what we have found out, aham we have found out with reference to the four conditionings. Okay? Now this rule also I told you. Unknown is indicated with reference to the known. Do you know Arvind Bhai? I don't know. Do you know Gunduma? Yes, brother. Aha. See, reference. So when we talk about I, what is the reference? Waking, dream, deep sleep, and samadhi. So these four I's are indicated with reference to something. But if we drop the reference, then once we know Arvind Bhai, then I don't require reference. But if I do not know, then I require a reference. So first, a referential knowledge is indicated. Mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha. Now, the non-referential truth is established after this. See, friends, how beautiful. Moral of the story I told you. World is discussed not to prove about the world, but to know yourself. See? Yastam veda savedavit. Asanga shastrene drudene chitva. Then spiritual practice is told not to make us suffer, but to discover our divine nature. Then the topic of Jiva was taken. It was not said to prove that there is something called as real Jiva. There is one text of Bhagavan Shankaracharya, Aparokshanubhuti. In that, toward the end, Bhagavan Shankaracharya brings this topic. Many people talk about Prarabdha as real, and to an extent, Prarabdha for the Mahatmas also. Remove that dumb word from your head. Nothing like Prarabdha. One girl asked me this question in Calcutta many years back. I was very young that time. She said, Swamiji, what is Prarabdha? I said, I don't know. Prarabdha is Prarabdha. But do the Mahatmas also have Prarabdha? I said, yes. Then what is your Prarabdha? I said, you are my Prarabdha. Coming and disturbing every now and then. Prarabdha is a bluff given to the fools for their wrong questions. When the child is not listening, then we tell, look here, if you don't listen, in that room, there is a ghost. It will come and bounce on you. But if you listen to mommy, then he will not disturb. So what is the moral of the story? To prove that there is a ghost? No. To control. We are all expert in blaming others for all the problems of our life. Until such time we blame others for the problems of our life, what will be our spiritual practice? To improve others. So what will be the spiritual practice of a husband? To improve wife. Ashakya Anushtan. What will be the spiritual practice of a mother? To improve the children. And it will never happen. See, friends, Adhyatma is not improving the world. You can improve if it exists. Can we improve the mirage waters? I think the mirage waters in Middle East must be too salty. You know, in our South Africa, it is not that salty. You cannot improve. You can do nothing about it. See? But we are expert in blaming others. So, husband wants to improve the wife. Now show where is the wife. Can you separate out the woman from the wife? This is wife and this is husband. This is the woman. No. Then where is the wife? The one who doesn't exist and yet troubles is called as wife. See? Mirage water doesn't exist, but it troubles the deers and the deers die. So what is the spiritual practice for the husband? Don't take wife seriously. Take her lightly, even if she is heavy. Our spiritual life is such a disgusting one. Take it lightly. You can't improve anybody in this world. Okay? One person asked me this question, Swami, you keep on giving nature, people don't change. Don't you feel bad? I said, I never want them to change. They should continue to be miserable. Then only my market is maintained. See? Doctors never cure the patients. They maintain the patients. This happened in Indore many years before. Husband, wife, doctor, son became doctor. Very nice boy. And then he told, Mom, Dad, you deserve a big vacation. Go, I'll take care of the hospital. They had a big personal hospital. So for 2 months, 3 months, you go move in Europe and everything and come back. So they came after 1 month or so. And the son was very happy. Dad, good news. What good news? All the old patients, I have cured them and let them go. Arey Ram, this hospital is developed only because of maintaining them, not curing them. In the same manner, Babajis maintain their devotees. They don't want them to go away. And therefore, I will give you mantra. You are my disciple. If you go and listen to other Babaji, you will go to hell. This is called Guru Droha. And when there is a Guru Droha, if you do something wrong to God, Guru can come and protect you. If you do something wrong to the Guru, even God cannot come. And then that Guru ties you down like a donkey to a post. You have to maintain. See, don't get carried away by all these things. Therefore, we are all playing various roles. But because we don't understand this, then the scriptures have to help us. So what the scriptures tell? Look here. You are frustrated because of your wife. She is torturing you. Yes, Swamiji, what should I do? Look here. In the last life, you have tortured her. And she has done that time Karwa Chauth. Now she is taking the revenge in this life. But I don't remember, you may not remember, but this is the truth. It is said in Prarabdha. But now what should I do? Now behave properly with her. Really? Yes. Then what will happen? In the next life, she will not be your wife. I will do it. Net result, complaining, getting frustrated, trying to improve her is gone, and now your focus is on yourself. And therefore, this prarabdha topic is brought in the scriptures. See, these are so simple things, friends, we don't contemplate, therefore we become miserable. Now when this is said, because of the prarabdha we suffer or enjoy, now go further. Last life, this body was not there, we were there. In this life, in this body, we are there. Next life, this body will not be there, we will be there. What is our understanding? Are we born and died or what? Or we are a continuous unbroken existence? Then the question comes, who am I? What is Jiva? See, in Germany, many years before, we had a nice camp, 2-3 days. And on the last day, one German lady, she came. Swamiji, you should have come in my life 25 years before. I said, even then I would not have married you. No, no, not for that purpose. I would not have divorced 3 times. I said, now, 4th time, don't get divorced. I said, you have asked me this question, now I want to ask you. When you got married for the first time with your first husband, let us put it in a coded word. W1H1. First marriage, then divorce. Then second marriage, W2H2. Third marriage, W3H3. Now my question is, W1 is equal to W2 is equal to W3 is equal to what? Is the W3, third wife that you became, is it the total of the earlier 2 wives? Where the earlier wives have gone? They have gone nowhere. They existed never. Just understand this. Then we come to know this Mattaha Smriti Jnanam Apohanancha is the step by which you are brought back to yourself. And yet we have not yet clearly recognized what is our essential nature. Now we are only recognizing that I am the waker without becoming the miseries or joy of the waking experiences. I am the dreamer without becoming the miserable, etc. But my understanding is always with reference to something, non-referential space. In one children's camp many years before, I was just talking to the children about the 5 elements. So to tell in their language, I took the soil, I said, this is earth element. Understood. Water element, put some water on it. Fire element, one matchstick, fire. Air element, see, if you do on your hand, you feel something, that is air. Oh, very good. And space, now how to tell the space? I was thinking what to do. I said, look here. Do you see anything in between my fingers? Yes, that is space. Oh. Camp was over. We went to somebody's house for Bhiksha. Then that child had come there. So the mother asked, what did you learn from Swamiji? Mummy, we learned 5 great elements. Do you know them? No, beta. Then he started telling. Took the soil, put on the dining table. This is earth element. He poured the water on the dining water element. Took her to the gas. See, this is the fire element. And show me your hand. And then he did. This is air element. Space came. Space. Swamiji, yes. Please do like this. That which is in between the fingers of Swamiji, the space. What a joy it is. We know only with reference to something. Non-referential experience is God realization. See how deep this subject matter is. But only mechanically, and below them, if you keep the chilies, after Bhagavad Gita chanting is over, chutney will be ready. Therefore, hereafter, the topic becomes still deeper. Bhagavan says, after this 15th verse, Dvavimau Purushau Loke क्षरश्चाक्षर एव च क्षरः सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते. Now this word tells Dvau imau purusho loke. In this world there are two Purushas. What we understand? There are two of them. No. It is here the secret of studying scriptures come. If you take English, Sanskrit grammar, Dvau means two, Purushau means two. Bhagwan is talking about two Purushas. No. He is talking about one, not two. Because Ahameva Vedya, there are not two Aham, only one Aham. See, Dvau imau Purusho loke. Which are those? Kshara and Akshara evacha. Kshara is what? Kshara sarvani bhutani. All that is constantly changing is the Kshara. All which is constantly getting destroyed is Kshara. And Kutastha Akshara Uchyate. Kutastha means what? Kutavat tishtati. The one who supports all the changes but doesn't undergo any change is the Kutastha. Like the blacksmith, he has got the anvil, very strong, made out of iron. On that, the heated irons are changing their shape by hitting, but the anvil doesn't undergo any change. Exactly, the one which is supporting all the changes without undergoing any change is the Kutastha. So there are two Purushas, changing and unchanging. Now here, we have to understand like this. Like out of fun or love, we call our children by 2-3 names. And that love expression has no meaning. There was one girl in Delhi, when she was small. These mothers are crazy. Punjabi girl, lady. You know what she was calling her child? If I tell you, you will not believe me. Whenever she is to get in a loving mode, she will lift her and say, mera बैंगन का भरता. बैंगन का भरता means smashed eggplant. Mera बैंगन का भरता. Like that. Now time passed and she was getting married. I went for that marriage. In that, around the fire she was sitting along with the boy. And when she saw me, she told Panditji, wait. She came running and put her palm on my mouth. Swamiji, don't call me by that name. Only you know that name. Nobody knows. Even in the marriage, Bengan ka Bharta ka marriage. So the same person has got two names. Exactly the same way. The same reality is both the substratum and the supported. Is. Existence is common. And the sentiency which is illuminating the existence is also common. So to understand this, Kshara is our Panchakoshas. And Kutastha is expression of the divine in the Panchakoshas to enliven this inert matter. What we call Chidabhasa. See friends, to understand this, take one small example. The water by itself has no light. But when a sun is reflected in the water, from that reflected sun, another light comes and can reach a corner where normally sun doesn't reach. So that inert water becomes enlivened by the reflected sunlight or sunbeam. Exactly the same way. Matter is inert. In this matter, in the intellect, when the consciousness reflects, then this inert intellect becomes enlivened. And this enlivened intellect is called as the jiva or the kutastha. So this is a phenomena. If there are different buckets and so much of water and there are so many reflections, does it mean they are many? Because of the many buckets, they appear to be many, but they are principally only one. They are not many. Because they are abhivyakti, they are manifestation. Like in all the bulbs, light is a manifestation. It is a principle. It is not a personality. In the same manner, we are all body-wise different, but life-wise common. So Kutastha is the principle of life. So the same reality is expressing both as the matter and the enlivened matter. This is how these are the two Purushas. Do imo Purusho loke ksharascha vacha ksharas sarvani bhutani kutastha akshara uchyate. Hereafter, next step comes, which we'll take in our concluding session. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.